My plan was to go back to home and, just play 1 year in Edmonton, go back, but
Gretzky, nice pass to Curry. Curry in the clear. He scores!
Over to Gretzky. Gretzky knocked it down in front. Score! Jari Kurri!
Jari Kurri, a name synonymous with hockey greatness, his legacy forever intertwined with the Edmonton Oilers dynasty and his iconic partnership with Wayne Gretzky. He was the Finnish Flash, a prolific goal scorer whose skill and precision on the ice captivated fans worldwide. But behind the dazzling stats and championship rings, Kurri's journey has been marked by unexpected challenges and controversies. In this video, we delve deeper into the life of this hockey legend, exploring the complexities and setbacks that have shaped his remarkable career. If you're a fan of hockey history and want to uncover the untold stories behind the sport's greatest icons, be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Emerging from the hockey-loving nation of Finland, Jari Kurri burst onto the NHL scene with a dazzling display of skill and scoring prowess. Nicknamed the Finnish Flash, Kurri possessed a lethal combination of speed, accuracy, and hockey IQ that made him a nightmare for opposing defenses. Drafted by the Edmonton Oilers in 1980, Kurri quickly found his place alongside the legendary Wayne Gretzky, forming one of the most dynamic duos in hockey history. Their chemistry was undeniable, their passes and plays seemingly telepathic. Kurri's ability to finish Gretzky's setups with pinpoint accuracy made them an unstoppable force, leading the Oilers to 5 Stanley Cup championships in the 1980s. Kurri's scoring touch was legendary. He consistently lit up the scoreboard, racking up impressive stats and setting records along the way. He became the first European player to score 50 goals in 50 games, a testament to his incredible consistency and offensive firepower. His quick release and deadly wrist shot made him a constant threat, and his ability to find the back of the net in clutch situations earned him the respect and admiration of fans and teammates alike. Kurri's impact on the Edmonton Oilers dynasty cannot be overstated. He was an integral part of their success, providing the scoring punch that complemented Gretzky's playmaking brilliance. His presence on the ice elevated the entire team, and his contributions to their championship runs solidified his place among the all-time greats. In 2004, Jari Kurri's seemingly pristine image was shattered when he was convicted of tax evasion in his native Finland. The news sent shockwaves through the hockey world, tarnishing the reputation of a player who had always been regarded as a model of professionalism and integrity. The scandal stemmed from Kurri's failure to declare substantial income earned during his playing career. The Finnish tax authorities accused him of deliberately concealing earnings from image rights and endorsements, resulting in a significant amount of unpaid taxes. The case dragged on for years, with Kurri maintaining his innocence and fighting the charges in court. However, in 2004, the Helsinki District Court found Kurri guilty of tax evasion, sentencing him to a suspended prison sentence and a hefty fine. The verdict sent shockwaves through the sporting world, tarnishing Kurri's reputation and casting a shadow over his legacy. The tax evasion scandal had far-reaching consequences for Kurri. It damaged his public image, leading to a loss of sponsorships and endorsement deals. It also strained his relationship with the Finnish public, who had once revered him as a national hero. The scandal served as a stark reminder that even the most successful athletes are not above the law and that financial misconduct can have serious repercussions. For Kurri, the experience was undoubtedly humbling. He had to confront the consequences of his actions and rebuild his reputation from the ground up. The scandal also exposed the complexities of tax laws and the importance of seeking professional advice when dealing with financial matters. The tax evasion scandal remains a controversial chapter in Kurri's story. While some view it as a minor blemish on an otherwise illustrious career, others see it as a serious breach of trust that undermines his achievements. Regardless of one's perspective, the incident serves as a cautionary tale about the importance of financial responsibility and the potential pitfalls of fame and fortune. The tax evasion scandal was just the beginning of Jari Kurri's financial woes. In the years following his conviction, he faced a series of setbacks that ultimately led to his bankruptcy in 2015. Kurri's post-playing career saw him venture into various business ventures, including real estate investments and ownership stakes in sports teams. However, these ventures proved to be disastrous, resulting in significant financial losses. The global financial crisis of 2008 further exacerbated his problems, as the value of his investments plummeted. Despite his best efforts to salvage his financial situation, Curry found himself drowning in debt. He was forced to sell off assets, including his luxurious villa in Spain, to try and stay afloat. However, the mounting debts proved insurmountable, and in 2015 he filed for bankruptcy. The news of Curry's bankruptcy shocked the hockey world. It was a stark contrast to the image of the wealthy and successful athlete he had once been. The financial downfall exposed the vulnerabilities faced by many athletes, even those who had achieved great success on the ice. It served as a cautionary tale about the importance of financial literacy and the need for careful planning and management of one's wealth. For Curry, the bankruptcy was a humbling experience. He had to confront the reality of his financial situation and make difficult choices to rebuild his life. The process was undoubtedly challenging, both emotionally and psychologically. It forced him to reevaluate his priorities and make significant lifestyle changes. Despite the setbacks, Curry remained resilient. He refused to let his financial troubles define him. He focused on his family and his continued involvement in hockey, finding solace and purpose in the sport that had brought him so much joy throughout his life. Curry's story is a reminder that even the most successful individuals can face financial hardship. It highlights the importance of financial planning and the need for athletes to be mindful of their spending habits and investments. It also underscores the human element behind the athlete, reminding us that they are not immune to the challenges and setbacks that life can throw their way. Beyond the financial turmoil, Jari Kurri faced personal challenges that tested his resilience. His marriage to his first wife, Tina, ended in divorce, adding another layer of emotional strain to an already difficult period in his life. The separation and subsequent legal battles took a toll on Curry, forcing him to navigate the complexities of personal loss while also dealing with his financial woes. Despite these setbacks, Curry displayed remarkable strength and determination. He focused on his children and rebuilt his life, eventually finding love again and remarrying. His resilience in the face of adversity serves as an inspiration, reminding us that even in the darkest of times, it is possible to find hope and move forward. While Jari Kurri's journey has been marked by both triumphs and tribulations, his legacy as a hockey icon remains intact. His remarkable achievements on the ice, including 5 Stanley Cup victories and numerous scoring records, solidify his place among the all-time greats. Beyond his statistical accomplishments, Curry's sportsmanship and dedication to the game earned him the respect and admiration of fans and fellow players alike. His contributions to the sport extend beyond his playing career, as he continues to inspire and mentor young athletes. Though his financial struggles and personal challenges have tested his resilience, Curry's determination to rebuild his life and give back to the community is a testament to his character. He has embraced his role as an ambassador for hockey, using his platform to promote the sport and inspire future generations. Curry's story is one of redemption and resilience. He has faced adversity head-on, learning from his mistakes and emerging stronger on the other side. His legacy is a reminder that even in the face of setbacks, it is possible to find a path forward and make a positive impact on the world. Jari Kurri's story is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. From soaring highs on the ice to facing personal and financial challenges, he's navigated life's complexities with grace and determination. He reminds us that even our heroes face struggles and that true strength lies in overcoming adversity. What are your thoughts on Jari Kurri's journey? Do you believe his legacy as a hockey legend outweighs his personal struggles? Share your opinions in the comments below, and let's continue the conversation about this remarkable athlete.
He is one of the main men on the penalty-killing team for Philadelphia. More on Bobby Clark now.
Bobby Clark, the heart and soul of the Philadelphia Flyers' Broad Street Bullies era, is a name that evokes both admiration and controversy. His relentless drive and on-ice leadership propelled the Flyers to 2 Stanley Cup championships, but his aggressive playing style and infamous slash on Valeri Kharlamov during the 1972 Summit Series left a lasting mark on hockey history. In this video, we delve into the grit and the grime of Bobby Clark's career, exploring the controversies and tough decisions that shaped his legacy. If you're ready to uncover the untold stories behind this hockey legend, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. In the annals of hockey history, few teams evoke as much awe and controversy as the Philadelphia Flyers of the 1970s, infamously known as the Broad Street Bullies. Led by their tenacious captain Bobby Clark, this team embodied a brand of hockey that was as physical as it was polarizing. The Flyers' game plan was simple: intimidate and dominate. They weren't afraid to drop the gloves, throw bone-crushing checks, or engage in all-out brawls. This aggressive style of play earned them both admiration and condemnation, with fans either loving their relentless pursuit of victory or loathing their perceived disregard for sportsmanship. Clark was the heart and soul of the Broad Street Bullies. His unwavering determination and on-ice leadership set the tone for the team. He wasn't the biggest or strongest player, but his grit and tenacity were unmatched. He led by example, never backing down from a challenge and always putting his body on the line for his teammates. The Flyers' success was undeniable. They captured back-to-back Stanley Cup championships in 1974 and 1975, their physical dominance wearing down opponents and leaving them battered and bruised. Their legacy, however, remains a subject of debate. Some view them as pioneers, a team that revolutionized the game with their aggressive style. Others condemn them as thugs, arguing that their tactics crossed the line into brutality and tarnished the image of the sport. The Broad Street Bullies era left an indelible mark on hockey history. It sparked a conversation about the role of physicality in the game and the balance between aggression and sportsmanship. It also raised questions about the long-term consequences of such a physically demanding and confrontational style of play. The 1972 Summit Series, a historic clash between Canada and the Soviet Union, was a battle for hockey supremacy that captivated the world. It was a series filled with passion, intensity, and moments that would be etched in hockey lore forever. However, one particular incident overshadowed the sporting spectacle and continues to spark debate to this day: Bobby Clark's infamous slash on Valeri Kharlamov. In Game 6 of the series, with Canada trailing and facing elimination, Clark delivered a deliberate two-handed slash to Kharlamov's ankle, fracturing it and effectively ending the Soviet star's participation in the series. The act was met with immediate outrage from the Soviet team and fans, who saw it as a blatant act of dirty play. The slash became a turning point in the series. Kharlamov, arguably the Soviets' most talented player, was sidelined, and Canada went on to win the next 3 games, securing a dramatic victory. The incident fueled accusations of unsportsmanlike conduct and cast a shadow over Canada's triumph. Clark's defense of the slash was unapologetic. He claimed it was a strategic move, aimed at neutralizing Kharlamov's threat and giving Canada a fighting chance. He maintained that it was a calculated risk, one he was willing to take for the sake of his team and his country. The incident sparked a fierce debate about the ethics of such tactics. Some defended Clark, arguing that hockey was a physical sport and that his actions, while brutal, were within the boundaries of acceptable play. Others condemned him, accusing him of deliberately injuring an opponent and tarnishing the spirit of the game. The slash on Kharlamov remains one of the most controversial moments in hockey history. It continues to evoke strong emotions and spark debate about the role of aggression and violence in the sport. For some, it's a symbol of Clark's unwavering determination and willingness to do whatever it took to win. For others, it's a stain on his legacy, a reminder of the dark side of hockey's competitive nature. The incident also had a lasting impact on the relationship between Canada and the Soviet Union. It fueled animosity and distrust, casting a shadow over future hockey encounters between the two nations. It became a symbol of the Cold War tensions that permeated the sporting world during that era. Regardless of one's perspective, the slash on Kharlamov remains a pivotal moment in hockey history. It serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked aggression and the fine line between competitive spirit and unsportsmanlike conduct. It also highlights the complexities of international sports and the political undercurrents that can often overshadow the game itself. Bobby Clark's playing style was a reflection of his era, a time when hockey was known for its physicality and grit. He was a master of the dark arts, employing a variety of controversial tactics to gain an edge over his opponents. From subtle stick work to well-timed elbows and slashes, Clark pushed the boundaries of the rules, often blurring the lines between legal and illegal play. His on-ice battles were legendary, filled with intensity and a fierce determination to win at all costs. He relished the physical confrontations, using his body as a weapon to disrupt opponents and create scoring chances for his team. His willingness to engage in scrums and drop the gloves when necessary further cemented his reputation as a fearless competitor. Clark's most notorious tactic was his use of the face wash. He would skate up to an opponent and rub his gloves across their face, a move designed to irritate and distract. While not technically illegal, it was widely considered a dirty tactic, one that often led to retaliation and on-ice altercations. His battles with other star players of his era, such as Daryl Sittler and Guy Lafleur, were epic clashes of skill and will. These matchups often transcended the game itself, becoming personal duels that captivated fans and fueled intense rivalries. Clark's relentless pursuit of victory, even if it meant bending the rules or engaging in physical confrontations, made him a polarizing figure, but it also earned him the respect of his teammates and opponents. His playing style, while controversial, was also a reflection of the era in which he played. The 1970s were a time when hockey was known for its rough and tumble nature. Fighting was commonplace, and players were expected to stand up for themselves and their teammates. Clark, with his fearless approach and willingness to engage in physical battles, thrived in this environment. However, the game has evolved significantly since Clark's era. The rules have been tightened, and fighting has become less prevalent. Today's players are more skilled and athletic, relying less on intimidation and physicality to gain an advantage. Clark's tactics, while effective in his time, would likely be met with harsher penalties and greater scrutiny in today's game. The debate over Clark's playing style and the Broad Street Bullies era continues to this day. Some argue that their aggressive approach helped to popularize the sport and create a sense of excitement and drama. Others contend that it glorified violence and tarnished the image of hockey. Regardless of one's perspective, Clark's legacy as a fierce competitor and a master of the dark arts is undeniable. Post-playing career and reflections. After hanging up his skates, Bobby Clark transitioned into a successful career as a general manager and executive for the Philadelphia Flyers. His leadership and hockey acumen translated well into the front office, where he continued to make an impact on the sport. However, his outspoken nature and candid opinions often stirred controversy, particularly his criticism of modern players and the evolving style of play. In interviews and public appearances, Clark has reflected on his career, defending his aggressive tactics while also acknowledging the changes in the game. His insights offer a unique perspective on the evolution of hockey and the enduring legacy of the Broad Street Bullies. Conclusion: Bobby Clark's legacy is a complex tapestry woven with threads of triumph, controversy, and unwavering passion. He was a fierce competitor who pushed the boundaries of the game, leaving an indelible mark on hockey history. While his aggressive style and controversial actions may be viewed differently today, his unwavering dedication to his team and his love for the sport cannot be denied. Clark's story serves as a reminder of the evolving nature of hockey and the ongoing debate about the role of physicality in the game. What are your thoughts on Bobby Clark's legacy? Was he a hero or a villain? Do you think his aggressive style of play would be tolerated in today's NHL? Share your opinions in the comments below.
Meet Phil Esposito. If you click this video, there's a good chance you know who this player is. The NHL scumbag who traded his loyalty for a roll of the dice and a bottle of booze, all while betraying the trust of his family and fans. If you used to watch ice hockey in the 60s, I'm sure you know who I'm talking about. Yes, the same guy who led Team Canada with his passionate speech after a crushing Game 4 loss in the 1972 Summit Series, hyping up both his teammates and fans while also ending up somehow cheating on his wife. The same guy who racked up over 1,500 points in the NHL, celebrated as one of the greatest scorers of his era, despite being labeled a garbage collector for his goal-scoring style.
I'm really disappointed. I am completely disappointed. I cannot believe it.
Now hold on here a second. You may be wondering, what the hell is this AI robot thing talking about? Why in the world should I continue to watch this video? And why would I trust anything that's coming from a random YouTube video? Well, relax, Grandpa. Let me explain. These weird allegations didn't just pop out of nowhere. Before I can waste your next 10 minutes with all the drama and controversial info you're definitely gonna forget about in the next 12 hours, I need you to like this video. I mean it. I really, really need you to like this video. It signals to the YouTube gods that you are satisfied with the content, unlike Phil's wife. No, seriously, it will help push my videos out to more people. If you used to watch this guy back in his prime, there's a good chance you may have forgotten about him, or at least not be aware of what happened to him after his career was over, and will consider this video a quick update on his life and a cautionary tale about what happens to someone who lets power get to their head. So let's make one thing clear from the start. I didn't harm anyone, okay? I'm not here to tear him down for the problems he has caused. I am here simply to state the facts and give you a quick update on what went on once he stopped appearing on your TV screens. But let's not pretend everything was fine. While he scored over 1,500 points, Phil Esposito was deep into substance abuse, ruining his life with drugs and alcohol. He admitted the use of good old coke and to drinking heavily, which obviously hurt his career and destroyed his personal life as well. This was a man who chose to party his life away instead of focusing on what really mattered. And it gets worse. His infidelity was a major scandal. He cheated on his first wife Donna multiple times, showing that he couldn't be trusted off the ice either. He might have been a hero in front of fans, but at home, he was a mess, leaving behind broken trust and a tarnished reputation. Phil might have been a big name in the NHL, but he also created a lot of chaos in his personal life. And if that wasn't enough, he decided to develop a gambling addiction, which of course didn't help with his relationship to money and his family. Phil didn't just shine on the ice. He also made some terrible choices off it. He lost stupid amounts of money gambling while ignoring his career. Friends and family watched in horror as he pushed them away, chasing after that more win instead of focusing on what mattered. His addiction changed him, making him less of the player fans loved and more of a man who inflicted pain and suffering on himself. In case you're wondering, his terrible mistakes don't end here, by the way. He admitted to cheating on Donna multiple times during their marriage. This wasn't just a one-time mistake, it happened over and over again, leading to a painful divorce. While fans cheered for him on the rink, many were shocked to learn about his betrayal at home. His actions showed a different side of him, a man who could inspire his team with powerful speeches but failed to keep his promises in his own life. While his infidelity obviously damaged his marriage and hurt his reputation, his career began to crumble as the same fans who admired him, and I'm sure you were one of them, or still are, now began to resent the guy. Now that this video couldn't get any darker, let me also bring up his serious problem of substance abuse. Phil wasn't just struggling in his bedroom, he was also fighting a war with drugs and alcohol. His heavy use of coke and alcohol during his playing days and early career in management did not align well with the big plans he had. Hear me out. This wasn't a small problem. It affected his performance and 100% hurt his relationships with teammates and with people close to him. Instead of focusing on the game, he was caught up in a cycle of addiction that took a toll on his life. I also want to bring up the moment when Esposito lost his cool during the 1972 Summit Series. After that Game 4 loss to the Russians, he snapped at the booing Canadian crowd.
We cannot believe the bad press we've got, the booing we've gotten in our own buildings. And if the Russians boo their players, if the Russians boo their players like some of the Canadian fans, I'm not saying all of them, some of them booed us, then I'll come back and I'll apologize to each one of the Canadians, but I don't think they will. I'm really disappointed. I am completely disappointed. I cannot believe it. Some of our guys are really down in the dumps. We know, we're trying. What the hell? I mean, we're doing the best we can, and they got a good team, and let's face facts. But it doesn't mean that we're not giving it our 150%, because we certainly are.
You may see this as an emotional response, but I view it as a sign of a player overwhelmed by pressure. Instead of lifting his teammates, he allowed frustration to take over. It's tough to watch someone who has been a hero show such vulnerability. It's all right to show emotions, But fans expect their heroes to keep it together, especially in high-stakes situations. Although he was known for inspiring speeches that motivated the team, yet this outburst revealed a different side of him. To me, it felt less like a rallying moment and more like a cry for help. If you're a sportsman, handling pressure shouldn't be an issue for you, no matter where it's coming from. When he reacted this way, it turned what could have been a unifying experience into something that created divisions in the team. Instead of bringing the team closer, it highlighted cracks in their unity. His emotional reaction served as a reminder that even the best athletes can crumble under intense pressure. Now, let's step away a bit from this emotional drama. When you think about Phil Esposito, you probably picture him as a legendary player, but his time as general manager of the New York Rangers was filled with chaos, especially during the infamous 1988 brawl with the Pittsburgh Penguins. That night, things got completely out of hand. What started as a game turned into an all-out war on the ice, and Esposito was right in the middle of it. It's wild to think that a man who once inspired players with his passion could be associated with such violence. Watching that brawl unfold was shocking. As the manager, Esposito was supposed to be a calming presence, someone to guide the team through tough times. Instead, his words and actions seemed to fan the flames even further. I can't help but feel that he missed an opportunity to show real leadership when it mattered most. Instead of de-escalating the situation, he contributed to the chaos. That's disappointing, especially from someone with his experience. If you're liking the video so far, it means that you really are my target audience. In that case, welcome to the club. Subscribe to the channel because I will definitely be producing more documentaries like these, and if you want me to make a video on your favorite player, then do leave a comment. I read all the comments, I promise. For me, this incident highlights the darker side of sports. It raises questions about what happens when competition turns toxic. Esposito was no longer just a beloved player, he became a figure of controversy. This brawl didn't just tarnish his reputation, it also reflected poorly on the entire league. Fans want to see skill and sportsmanship, not a fight that leaves everyone shaking their heads. Well, I think it's a good time to wrap Phil's story now. Although his controversies and mindless life decisions cannot be ignored, let's not forget what a beast of an icon he has been. He's still one of the best scorers in the game's history. Despite the mistakes he made off the ice, his talent and hard work made him a legend in the sport. In my view, these controversies show that even the greatest players are human and can struggle with personal issues. However, they don't take away from the incredible impact he had on hockey. Phil Esposito is remembered not just for his mistakes, but for his amazing skills and contributions to the game. His story reminds us that greatness comes with challenges, but it doesn't diminish the legacy he built on the ice. If you're here until the end, you, sir, are a legend. Subscribe to the channel so we don't lose contact. Until next time, goodbye.
Wasted career? Ken Hodge didn't just fight opponents, he fought expectations his whole life. This is the story of a man who was supposed to be a bruiser, but became one of hockey's greatest scorers. And along the way, he threw some of the most memorable punches in NHL history. Picture this. November 1967, Toronto Maple Leafs versus Boston Bruins. Brian Conacher clips Bobby Orr in the face with his stick. Blood everywhere. Johnny McKenzie jumps Conacher from behind and starts throwing punches. Orr gets up, pulls McKenzie off, and starts hitting Conacher himself. Then Ken Hodge skates over and sucker punches Conacher while he's not even fighting back. That moment changed everything. Orr got booed in Toronto for the rest of his career because of that fight. But here's the crazy part. Ken Hodge wasn't supposed to be in that fight at all. He wasn't supposed to be throwing punches or playing enforcer. He was supposed to be scoring goals. Lots of them. Ken Hodge was born in Birmingham, England in 1944. His family moved to Toronto when he was young. At 6'2" and 214 pounds, he looked like a hockey player should look. Big, strong, intimidating. The Chicago Blackhawks signed him as a teenager. He was undrafted. In junior hockey with St. Catharines, Hodge was putting up monster numbers. In 1964-65, he led the league in goals and points with 123 points in just 65 games. But when Chicago brought him up to the NHL, they had other ideas. They saw his size and thought one thing: enforcer. They wanted him to be their grinding policeman. For 2 seasons, That's exactly what he did. He played 132 games and scored just 16 goals and 42 assists. Chicago had no idea what they had. On May 15, 1967, everything changed. Chicago made what would become one of the worst trades in hockey history. They sent Ken Hodge, Phil Esposito, and Fred Stanfield to the Boston Bruins. In return, they got Pitt Martin, Gilles Marat, and Jack Norris. In Boston, Ken Hodge finally got to show what he could really do. His first season in Boston, he scored 25 goals and 31 assists. The next year, playing on a line with Phil Esposito and Ron Murphy, Hodge exploded. Goals, 45 assists, 90 points. That line broke the NHL record for most points by a forward line. But Ken Hodge wasn't done yet. In 1970-71, he set a new league record for points by a right winger with 105 points. Goals, 62 assists. He finished fourth in league scoring. Want to know something incredible? The top 4 scorers in the NHL that year all played for Boston. Phil Esposito had 152 points, Bobby Orr had 139, Johnny Busick had 116, and Ken Hodge had 105. 4 teammates in the top 4 spots. That had never happened before, and it's never happened since. 3 years later, Hodge did it again. Goals, 55 assists, 105 points. He became the first player born outside Canada to score 50 goals in a single NHL season, and he finished third in league scoring behind only Phil Esposito and Bobby Orr. The Bruins were playing what they called fire wagon hockey, fast, aggressive, high scoring. Ken Hodge was a huge part of that style. He used his size not just to fight, but to create space for his teammates. He'd throw big body checks to open up lanes for Esposito. He'd park himself in front of the net and cause chaos. But here's where things get complicated. Boston fans didn't get it. They saw this big, strong guy, and they wanted him to fight all the time. They wanted their grinding policeman back. When Hodge focused on scoring instead of fighting, some fans actually booed him. Can you believe that? They were booing a guy who was putting up 100 points a season. Ken Hodge dealt with those boo birds his entire career in Boston. Fans wanted him to use every ounce of muscle to bang away the opposition. Instead, he was setting up plays and scoring goals. The disconnect between what fans expected and what Hodge actually did created tension that never went away. The fights were still there, though. HockeyFights.com lists dozens of fights throughout his career. February 27, 1977 against Larry Robinson. January 2nd, 1975 against Dave Hutchison. November 3rd, 1974 against Fred Stanfield, his old teammate. October 17, 1974 against Bobby Clarke. The list goes on and on. Ken Hodge never backed down from a fight, but fighting wasn't his main job anymore. Scoring was, and he was really, really good at it. The problem was consistency. Hodge had a pattern of following monster years with below-average campaigns. After his 90-point season in 1968-69, he dropped to 54 points the next year. Injuries played a big part in this. In 1971-72, he was slowed down by injuries and only played 60 games. Later, he returned too soon from a knee injury in October, and it wasted his entire season. The fans and media didn't understand. They thought he was being soft or not trying hard enough. The coaching staff didn't help either. Harry Sinden was always on his case. Don Cherry, who came later, didn't get along with Hodge at all. All of this tension came to a head in 1976. The Bruins traded Ken Hodge to the New York Rangers for Rick Middleton. Boston thought they were getting a younger, faster player. New York thought they were getting the old Ken Hodge magic back by reuniting him with Phil Esposito. Ken Hodge's time in New York was disappointing. He had modest success in his first year with 62 points, but his performance tailed off quickly after that. In 1977-78, he was sent down to the minor leagues. The New Haven Nighthawks of the AHL, a former 50-goal scorer, was now playing in the minors. Meanwhile, Rick Middleton became a star in Boston. He was 10 years younger and a much faster skater. The trade that was supposed to help the Rangers actually made the Bruins better. It became known as one of the most lopsided trades in NHL history. Ken Hodge retired after that season, then came back briefly in 1979-80 to play for the Binghamton Dusters. After that, he was done for good. But here's the thing about Ken Hodge's legacy. He might have been overlooked compared to guys like Bobby Orr and Phil Esposito, but he was a key component of that offensive juggernaut. The Bruins won 2 Stanley Cups with Hodge in 1970 and 1972. He was a first-team All-Star in 1971 and 1974. More importantly, Ken Hodge helped change how hockey was played. The fire wagon style that he and the Bruins pioneered influenced the entire league. High-speed, high-scoring hockey became the new standard. The NHL started promoting offense more because of what Boston was doing. That style of play also created an explosion of hockey in New England. More rinks were built, more kids started playing. College programs grew. Hockey became a major sport, in a region where it had been an afterthought. Ken Hodge didn't just fight on the ice. He fought stereotypes and expectations. He proved that big players could be skilled players too. He showed that you could be physical and creative at the same time. After retirement, Hodge stayed involved in hockey. He worked as a broadcaster for Boston College games and NBC Sports. He spent over a decade teaching skills to players from youth leagues to professionals all across New England. His son, Ken Hodge Jr., also made it to the NHL. He was drafted 46th overall in 1984 and had a strong rookie season with Boston in 1990-91. 30 goals, 29 assists, 59 points playing on a line with Cam Neely. He made the all-rookie team. Ken Hodge Sr. finished his career with 328 goals and 472 assists for 800 points in 880 regular season games. In the playoffs, he had 34 goals and 47 assists for 81 points in 97 games. Those are Hall of Fame numbers. Even if he's not in the Hall of Fame, he's still ranked among the top scorers in Boston Bruins history. His number isn't retired, but his impact on the franchise is undeniable. The fights, the goals, the Stanley Cups, the records. Ken Hodge did it all. He was a fighter by necessity, but a scorer by design. He proved that you don't have to choose between skill and toughness. You can have both. Looking back, Ken Hodge's career wasn't wasted at all. It was complicated, sure, but it was also brilliant. He helped revolutionize hockey while throwing some of the most memorable punches in NHL history. If you grew up watching that Bruins dynasty, drop your favorite Ken Hodge memory in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you want more deep dives into hockey's forgotten legends.